This is the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, September 26th from Sarasota, Florida. I'm Seth Johnson.
From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home technology, home automation, and I guess for the third week in a row, Apple deliveries. All right, we all got our stuff, right? We all got everything?
Yep, I got my things.
Yep, got everything.
All right, well, I guess we'll start off. Did everybody get new phones?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, what did you get?
I got the 17 Pro.
Yeah, what color?
The silver.
Ooh,
I really wanted black, but
there's no black this year. It's so weird.
I've always been a black phone type of guy, and the one thing like with the silver that I'm not a fan of is because then I got a black case, but the silver shows through the back.
Oh yeah.
You know, I wish I could have black on black, but you know, Apple for some reason.
The blue is pretty dark, though.
I know. I thought about that after. I know, but
it just clashed with this case. You know, black and blue. I mean, what is that?
I could have got the blue case, and it would, I know.
Would have been dark, yeah.
But I'm happy. I'm still happy. It works.
All right.
What did you guess, Seth?
Orange.
Ooh, that's what I got.
Ooh, you got the Trump phone.
I think that one's gold.
Yeah, it needs to be gold. Yeah. No, I'm all out on the orange stuff, right? So I got that, and then I got this today, which is it's the return box for the other phones. Back it up.
What was the battery you have for that?
That's the wallet.
It's the wallet. Gotcha.
Yeah, the orange wallet. I got the orange case. The verdict on the fine woven.
I really like it.
It's not creepy as the other one was. The other one was creepy.
Yeah.
Gave you the heebie-jeebies. This one, it's way better. It's still slippery though. It slips out of my hand. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the tried and true silicone thing that I can't. It sticks to your hand because it's silicone, right?
Do you have like soft hands? Or you need to get some hard work.
A lot of lotion. Yeah.
I really like this case. Like I'm still a fan of the leather case from a number of years ago, but I hated the last fine woven one, but this one actually I'm enjoying. So I'm good with this.
I'm going to keep it just in case I want to fancy up my phone with this brown case I got, but it's a very fall based phone.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the iPhone 17 Pro. I got it in orange as well, but I'm going caseless. This year, I am doing a little different, though. I did put a screen protector on there. I had the iPhone 15 Pro Max before, and I literally dropped that thing off of ladders, like 6-foot and 10-foot ladders, like a couple times. I'm not even kidding. And the only thing that ever got injured on it was the screen. So this time I opted for a screen protector, and it was super easy to apply. I think I got it from like Spigen, whatever that company is called.
Yeah.
Hey, I have the same ones. Yeah.
And they give you like a whole little like plastic thing, and you just like put it on the phone and you do the thing, and it makes it super easy. The last time I put a screen protector on a phone was when I worked at Radio Shack, when you had to literally cut them down from plastic. So it's been quite a while.
Nice. I made the mistake of looking at like people doing the durability tests on these phones, and on all those tests, the air passed with flying colors. They loved the strength. It didn't scratch easily. The screen was strong. But then they got to the Pros and Maxes, and the screen's held up. But then all the scratching on the case and stuff because it's different material. So I started getting nervous. So I'm not going caseless. I'm full case.
Brave. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I will say the orange phone, like I like the orange color, but I think it's an ugly phone because it's got that weird little back patch in the back. It's not even like the same color all throughout the phone. Yeah. It's not attractive. I don't know.
I don't even see that.
Well, yeah, you got a case on. I go caseless though. I like to live dangerously.
Yeah, so I guess I could look at that because I hadn't even noticed it. But I was wondering,
it's just weird when you like hold it compared to like the iPhone 15, which I use without a case as well. That kind of just felt like nice in the hand altogether. This one doesn't feel bad in the hand. It's just a weird texture though compared to like the rest of the phone. So it's just weird for an Apple phone.
Plastic piece on the back. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
and it doesn't look different straight on, but if you turn it to the side, it's a lot lighter than the metal.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's like a completely different material, so it's going to be a different color. But I don't know. I feel like they could have figured out a way to not do that, but I'm not Apple.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the next $1 billion idea is how to make the phone all the same color.
Back to titanium.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I picked up a set of AirPod Pro 3. I really liked my AirPods, so I went ahead and just bought a new pair. And then I bought my first brand new Apple Watch. I got the Apple Watch SE, the 3rd generation. application.
Nice.
So I'm using it for mainly the health stuff right now. I really don't care about the notifications. I'm using it to track my walks and my sleep patterns and stuff like that, and see if I see if I have any health issues. I live in America. I don't have health insurance, so $250 for an Apple Watch. That's my health insurance.
It'll tell you when you're gonna die.
That's right. Thanks, Apple.
Thanks, Apple. Yeah. Yeah, I ended up getting the headphones as well, the AirPod 3s or whatever, Pro 3s. I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I use these things every single day, and I like them, so I got them.
Nice.
And then I was sitting around, and my wife was like, "I want a new watch, because our daughter needs a watch. She wants a watch." So we did a watch rotation, and now that you can, like, these little things, you can basically set up as a kid's watch. You see a little tiny band on it and everything. And so I set that one up. She got the SE as well. SE's actually a decent watch, really good watch this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was sitting around like, man, my watch it's been dying lately. Like, kind of feeling. I went on and looked at the trade-in. They're gonna give me like $330 for the trade-in on it. So I'm like, done. Like, I'll get a new watch. So yeah, new watch. I think the headphones are coming tomorrow. I don't know. I got them engraved, so they're going to take a little bit longer.
Nice.
Because I have so many of them. I just can't remember which one's which. And so like I just put a number on it. I was just looking in the chat. Richard has engraved his all professionally, like, looking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I just put numbers on them so I can keep up which is which.
I got the Watch 11 as well. That's something I use enough that I could easily justify. So, and the happiest person is my sister, because she's getting my old 15 Pro, and she's getting my old watch. So she's all excited about that. So yeah, it cost me a bit of money, but it's worth it. And I had the AirPods Pro 2. So I'm good with that, because they're adding the translation features to it. And in iOS 18.1, I see they added, or not, 26.1, which may be out by the time the show gets released. They added a few more languages. So I think I have a language in there that I can go for dim sum now and listen in on people. That's my whole goal with these things, is to go and listen and see what they've been saying about us this whole time. I'll be sitting there ordering a food, and they'll be like, "This guy eats way too much."
I ran across this guy on TikTok that he's a white guy, and he has a perfect, I mean, he's clearly from Jamaica, but he has a perfect Jamaican accent, but he like has, I have no idea some of the words they're saying. They transcribe it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's a whole language there, man. It's amazing. Like, it's truncated, and like, you know what? Say what you got to say, and it comes out as one, and it's perfect. That's all you need to say. You say that, and you're done. I'm like, done. Yeah, it's great. But it's just funny because he speaks like,
it's patois.
He's clearly been in the States, and then he'll be like on the phone. His phone will go off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he'll pick it up and be like, "Hey, dirty girl," and just go into this rant, and he's interviewing like Jamaican women, and they're like, "Oh."
So it's funny because my family's Jamaican. So one time I went to Jamaica, for a vacation. We went to a resort, right? And the whole time, like, the guys on the resort were talking in front of me in patois.
Yeah,
because they assume I don't understand. Well, they were talking about some serious stuff, and they were talking this one story, and I started laughing, and they turned to me and they're like, "Wait, you know what we're saying?" I go, "This whole time." Right? I was like, this whole time I was listening to you guys, and they were
that's
like,
awesome.
Can you please not repeat anything we said, because it'll get us in trouble? I'm like, no, but it was funny. I go, but you gotta finish that story, because I want to know the ending.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. So they gave me the ending, and we had a good laugh.
That's too good. Yeah, I stayed on that channel for a little bit. I'm like, man, this is amazing, because the conversations he had were just hilarious. I'll send them to you, Gavin. You'll get a kick out of them too.
All right.
it's comedy. It's comedy gold.
Yes.
The conversations alone were comedy, and then the fact that he would switch back and forth was pretty funny too. So anyway, we have not much in the way of headlines tonight. A couple new products out there, including our nice new Apple products. But what do you say?
You want to mention the CES again?
Oh yeah, probably. You should talk about CES.
Well, yeah, I mean, Seth still hasn't confirmed, so Seth is not going at this point. But Gavin and I are going to CES, so you can meet us there. We'll be there.
I'll possibly be there.
You know what though, TJ? We got the place to stay in the flight.
Yeah.
How are we getting into it?
Oh yeah, we probably have to work on that.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm a little big to sneak by anybody.
Nah,
so,
you can definitely sneak by people.
No, I walk with some heavy feet, so they'll hear me going by.
We'll figure that part out. I mean, I haven't even booked my flights yet, so.
Oh boy. So you're definitely maybe too.
Well, no, I know,
right? You're giving me head.
No. I'm confirmed. Like, I'm going to buy the flights no matter what. But I'm waiting for Google Flights keeps telling me it's like, the perfect time to buy flights to Vegas is like October 7th through November whatever. And I'm like, all right, Google,
Yeah.
I'm trusting you. But really, what I'm doing is I've got a lot of credit card points saved up, and so I'm going to use that to buy the tickets. I need 2 tickets because Nicole's coming as well, and I think I need like 5,000 more credit card points. So I'll have that here in the next couple of weeks.
You know what's amazing is the flights from coming from Canada are so cheap to Vegas that I almost feel like when I go to check out, there's going to be all these hidden fees added on. Not many people are flying down apparently, so that's a bonus for me.
Yeah, mine are still I think there's not a lot of nonstop flights, and if there's nonstop flights, they're kind of later in the day. The one nonstop flight that I really want, it gets it in. It's so weird because of the time change. The flight leaves at 6:00, and we get into Vegas at 8:00.
Yeah.
So even though it's like a 5-hour flight,
yeah.
But 5-hour flight altogether with the time change. But it's crazy. And it costs $500 per ticket.
Oh wow!
And that's some of them have a layover for 12 hours or something ridiculous.
No, thank you.
There's not a lot of good flights from Columbus to Vegas for some reason.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
what's your flight looking like, Seth?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at Google. See, I didn't collect those credit card points. I got a bunch of credit card debts. So.
Oh, yeah, well, me too. That's how I got the credit card points, Seth. I mean, they don't equal each other out. Anyway.
No, it didn't work that way, huh? All right.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into this, see what the flights look like at that time. I don't want to leave at 6 a.m. That's awful.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to.
Uh,
You're gonna have jet lag. You're going to recover.
We can't check in till 1:30 anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go sleep on the strip.
This is it. Let's see. What am I supposed to? How do you find track the prices?
You just go to Google Flights and then.
I'm on there. Oh, it says it's low. Maybe I should just buy this.
There you go.
It's $339 for a round trip. That's not bad.
I mean, your lodging is literally already figured out. I mean, you don't have to figure that out. I mean, you'll probably ditch us the last minute though. You'd be like, oh, actually, I'm going to stay over here instead. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what Seth will do to us.
Oh, what is this? Hold on. I don't get seat selection. I don't get ticket changes or mileage counted, but I got to pay, more than that. Oh, I see how they're doing this. 1 free carry-on. All right. Well, I'll think about that. I'll just save it right here on this tab. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, meet us in Vegas, possibly for CES 2026, sometime between January 4th and the 9th. When is it? January 4th to 5th?
So we're going, our Airbnb that we booked is the 4th through the 9th. So that's the dates we're going.
Okay.
You're guaranteed to meet 2 out of 3 of us.
That's right.
2 to 3 HomeTech podcast hosts. Exactly.
Yeah.
Probably not Seth, because even if Seth shows up, he'll get lost. I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
Gone.
All right. Well, we got like I said, we got a couple of HomeTech headlines. What do you guys say we jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, new product. One guess what new product company this is coming from. This is ridiculous.
I don't think it's Unifi or.
No, it is Unifi. It's Ubiquity.
No. So many products.
Yeah, just crazy. So we got a retrofit hub, which this was at Cedia, and a lot of people thought it was including us, we thought it was a security system or something like that. No, it's a hub that you can use to retrofit in their access control system in areas that may not have have all the wiring that you need for their PoE versions of everything, right? So if you're installing, it's like a takeover. Like if you need to take over an access control system that's old and janky, you could go and put this in. And they've got all the ports and parts and pieces and power supplies and a little box. It looks like a security box. It does, but no, this is for access control. And they've got a retrofit receipt reader now. So if you can use the old wiring, you don't have to get a Cat 5 over there to get it hooked up to your where your old Wiegand reader was by the door. And then what I thought was really cool, they've upgraded the visitor management thing at the bottom of this page where it had the little printed thing. You can go in there and you could take your picture, it checks out who you are, and it will integrate with the printer to print you a name badge.
Yeah, I like these products. This is something I think if Ubiquiti gets a little more serious in access control and cameras, they'll be a real powerhouse in the ecosystem because these are really good products and they don't cost anything monthly. They get all the remote features and everything else. PDK and all these other companies are charging you a monthly or yearly fee per door in a lot of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it might only be $20 to $40 per door, but if you want to control like 8 doors, I mean that's a couple $100 a month.
Yep. $229 for the retrofit hub, and I don't know how much the other thing is, but it's probably not expensive either. They could definitely be one of the big ones in the marketplace. I was watching at work. They were talking about getting some access control stuff put in, and people were posting pictures of the door and the card readers and stuff. I'm like, why did they go that direction? Because with Ubiquiti, you can use your phone. Like, there's no cards. You don't need cards. Cards are such a 90s technology. That's not cool anymore. You want to use your phone. You want to walk up. You want to use your watch, your brand new Apple Watch. What are you going to use that for? You got to dig around and find this stupid access card. No. We're living in 2025, people. If you're doing an access control system and it doesn't do tap with your phone to open the door, tap with your watch or whatever, you're doing it wrong. You're paying too much money for the stupid cards.
All right.
They're talking about $20 if you lose it too. I'm like, that's stupid. Put it on my phone.
All right. Well, as somebody who works with the public, that's just not possible all the time, unfortunately. And Ubiquiti does sell access cards. So even they are on board with the access cards.
It's a backup. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Just use the Bluetooth in your phone. NFC, man. Come on.
Look, I agree. I would be one of those ones when I rented my office. We have like a PDK, access control system for the gate to get into the yard. And I was like, can you just give me like credentials so I can use my phone? And they're like, nah, we don't do that. And I was like, how do I get in? They're like, use a PIN code. And I was like, I can't even get like a key fob or like a card or something. And they said, no, we don't have those. And so up until like 6 months ago, I got a key fob finally. And I was like, cool, we got these new card readers. Can I use my phone with it? And they said, nope, but you can use this fob with it.
Amazing.
So I was like, at least I got that.
Yeah. And you've moved up into like what the overnight gyms were doing 20 years ago. So all right, great. This thing's got 4 PoE out on it for readers. So it powers with PoE, powers with power supply too. It's got battery hookup. It's got gate operators on it, gate relays for 2 of them. It's got side door aux relay outputs. It's got 2 inputs for doors and 2 inputs for gates. So this is a bunch of stuff that it's got here on this product. That'd be good. Good job, Ubiquiti. I say that every week now. It seems like they're coming out with a new product that impresses me. This is pretty impressive. I could use this for my community center. Now, they don't have any doors that we could use it with, but I could use it with my community center. Can you imagine me like, no, you don't use a key fob or a card or a PIN code. You got to use your phone. And all those old people do it. Oh man, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, see that exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Old people, I'm not going to use my phone.
I tried to get him to use WhatsApp once because I'm like, stop texting me. 40,000 people. No, it didn't work. I'm on like 3 threads of 20 people. I'm like,
oh yeah, see, I could automatically block all of those. I don't want to be part of any group chats.
Has anybody seen the alligator in the creek? No. Go. All right. Anyway, let's move on here. We got another new product. Google has a new looking home app. It's powered by AI. Yay! Go AI. Go Google. Well, they were already talking about bringing Gemini into the Google Home Smart platform. Now they're doing a little refresh on the UI. So it doesn't change dramatically, but it's got a few tweaks in there to help streamline the operation. There's a video up in the story that we will post here. So now it's got, now you got your AI Google Home in your nice new refresh on it. So
looks very nice. This is actually, there's a Home Assistant theme that is similar to this. that I am trying to implement currently because I do like just how easy it looks.
It's very googly.
Yeah.
What is the deal with these weird people with large pants drawings? Like, that's got to be AI generated, right?
It's a style. It's an artistic
so weird.
style. Yeah.
It was on Facebook for a long time. It may still be there too.
Oh yeah.
Like for the Facebook groups, they had like a default image with these people that were small heads, giant pants, and running around throwing frisbees and stuff.
It's just what a lot of people in California look like, Seth.
I guess so. They're modern furniture. All right, let's move on here. We got also. Well, this isn't good news because if you're in Canada and you want to buy Sonos, guess what? It's going to cost more.
Boom.
Sonos has increased prices in Canada across multiple products. The most notable being the Arc Ultra, now costing $1,500 Canadian, $1,449 Canadian. Wow.
This just hurts.
Yeah.
No more Sonos for Gavin, huh?
You know what? At this point, I don't need any more Sonos in my house. If I walk in with one more Sonos speaker, the wife is going to kill me.
Wow, the sub is $1,200. That can't be right.
These are Canadian prices.
Jeez, I wouldn't look at Sonos at all.
You get them used. So my sub, luckily, I have like at work, we give out these podium award points and stuff like this. And I've never taken it on, but I logged into the account one day and realized I had enough to buy a Sonos speaker. So I bought the Sonos sub with it. So that's the only way I bought one. That's the only way I could justify it.
Yeah. Wow. It's quite, the Move 2 is up $90. The Beam 2 also up $90 Canadian. These are Canadian dollars. So it's like, what?
It's cheaper if you buy them at Costco though, up here. So
everything is cheaper at Costco.
The only problem when you buy them at Costco, it's like for two, you get two speakers for this, you can't just buy one speaker. And the Costco ones some of the speakers are a different model. It's almost like that's the model that's from Costco. I think like the Beam was the Beam Shadow or something like that. It was like a grayish color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that only is available at Costco, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So things to keep in mind.
Well, if you're anywhere else, expect price adjustments to be coming later this year because last quarter, Sonos had to pay an extra $2.1 million for U.S. tariffs to get its products across the border. And it's actually spent $3.5 million in cash to cover those fees when the shipments arrived. So they're out some money here, and they expect it to get higher. It's going to be as much as $10 million in cash next year over the next. Yeah,
tariffs are hurting.
Yeah, it's not feeling great. So, well, thank you for paying some of them, Gavin, because evidently you're going to buy this Arc Ultra. You'll be paying $150 more into tariffs for us.
Well, not me personally,
somebody's going to.
No, you're paying for it. Wait, no, Mexico's paying for
it. They can't pay for it. They still got that wall to finish.
Oh yeah, that's true.
When are they going to get on that? All right. Well, I'm not buying a Sonos anytime soon, so I guess it doesn't bother me too much. If you don't want a Sonos, though, Kef is maybe your answer because they've introduced a new Muo. I don't know how you say that. MUO Bluetooth speaker. Comes in some seven, count them, bright, vibrant colors. That's crazy. And it's a little like Wi-Fi speaker. You can tote around. It looks like this is at the pool and they're reading some kind of large magazine and with what is that, bourbon, I guess, next to it. So yeah, there you go. IP67 rated, Bluetooth 5.4, 24-hour battery, will last all day long. There you go. This can actually work with some of their the KC62 subwoofers, it says. So you can actually zone these together and everything. I don't have a price here. Do you see a price? I don't see a price here.
$249.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's very affordable for a Kef product.
Yeah. Look at it. They got them like set up next to a laptop. You got two of them. It's not bad.
All right. So this is my gripe with these kind of products, right? They have these portable speakers. And they got next to the pool, and I'm like, all right, it makes sense next to a pool. Are you going to pair these with your laptop, and you're going to pair two of them with the laptop? Are you going to do that, Seth? I don't think I would do that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I would just use my laptop speaker. I don't know.
Put some headphones on and stuff
right?
If you want something better sounding, yeah, you can pair. You see, the nice thing is you can pair it with your laptop and work with them. And then when you go to the pool, just grab one of them and go to the pool and then use it there, So, because I have these look exactly like a Sonos Roam, for example, right? And
Pretty close.
for the most part, my Roam just sits there in my family room not being used because we just use it when we go out in the backyard. So if, it's nice that when it's not being used in the backyard, you can use it next to your computer or something like that, right?
That's a good point.
Are you using it next to your computer though, Gavin?
I'm not. I don't even know if I can pair it with I never even tried because my computer, I have hardwired speakers. So I don't have a use for it. But if you had these, use it with your computer. And then when you go in the backyard or you go whatever, just grab one and go, And if you have kids, you'll always be missing one.
Well, I can't say anything because I have a Sonos Ray as a computer speaker. So
yeah, I have the Sonos 5 next to me, but it's not. I tried it on the computer, but I didn't like the control.
Well, if you don't like those, it looks like I was looking on their website. They have some LS50s, and those are wireless speakers that you can get. They're larger. I wouldn't recommend carrying them out to the pool, but they come in vibrant color. They come in some colors too. They come in green and white and black. They come in more colors than the iPhone. Let's just put it. Oh wow, they're $15.99. So
big difference.
$3,000 for the wireless 2s. They look like they could push a little more air than the little Kef speakers can. But so, which colors would you guys get? Let me go over them here. We've got Silver Dusk, Amber Haze, Orange Moon, Blue Aura, Moss Green, Cocoa Brown, and Midnight Black.
I'm just the black.
Midnight Black. All right. And they got the orange one to match our iPhones. TJ, it's like an orange reddish color. I don't know. It may match part of your iPhone.
I don't know do I want a portable speaker that matches my phone? I don't know.
You have to carry it with your phone.
I do want AirPods that match my phone though.
No, only white. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's companies you can get to probably change the color on them if you really wanted.
They're like skins and stuff you can put on them. All right, let's move on here. We've got a really cool story from SmartThings of one of their new updates. They're gonna now support shared thread network. So this is the multi-login, multi-admin feature for Matter, and now you'll be able to use. Like they have some pictures here where you can actually log in. You can do credential sharing. So like if you have stuff that's hooked up through an Apple device, an Apple HomePod or something like that, and that's your thread router for those products, and you got some stuff hooked up to Home Assistant or something else, you can see all of those in there and interact with them with your SmartThings hub. So this is kind of cool. This is like what everybody thought Matter would be. Where everything is like grouped together and it all supposedly works together and talks together. Anyway, this is rolling out right now in a firmware update. So by October 1st, if this podcast is out, then you definitely have it. If you have SmartThings.
I feel like Home Assistant had this feature already. I'm not.
Yeah.
Sure,
They're first to everything.
Yeah, and one of my gripes is when I want to delete a Matter device, where the heck do I delete it? Like, do I gotta find the hub that it's on and delete it from there to get it off everything else?
I think that's a feature that's planned for like Matter 7 or something. Yeah,
right.
It's once you're in, you're in. You can't go back out. Come on. Except the Matter. Yeah. So that I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's good to see these updates finally starting to roll out on larger systems. I mean, there's probably more. I don't know. Which do you think there's more Home Assistant installs or Samsung SmartThings? Probably Samsung SmartThings, I would think.
No, definitely Home Assistant.
No, come on.
No, nobody even knows what SmartThings is.
Every refrigerator out there has a SmartThings hub built into it. Every TV.
True.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Make it hurt.
Existence is pain.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably more. It's one of those mass consumer things. And if somebody has a Samsung phone, they'll be like, "Oh, I got the SmartThings built into this or whatever," and they'll buy something that works with it, right? I've had friends I know that have done that, right? They just hook up stuff that way. So I don't know. I feel like there's probably more SmartThings installs out there than Home Assistant, but they're catching up. So there we go. Anyway, we'll put the links in the show notes and you can check it out and see what the version you need to be on to do all this. If you want to check out any and all of the links and topics we discussed tonight, they'll be found over our show notes over at HomeTech.fm/544. Let's move on. We got a pick of the week here and third week in a row. Is this third week in a row? I don't know. I feel like every week TJ goes somewhere interesting and he comes back from a dive bar and has interesting pictures.
Yeah, this one's awful. It's not even interesting. This is we went to Tiffin, Ohio a couple weeks ago for work, and I went to this brewery that was only open like Wednesday through Sunday, I think. And they got these awful light fixtures right on top of the bar because I don't know. It hurts.
It looks like what they did is they bought this place and they're like, it's really dark in here. And it's like, yeah, of course you got black ceilings. I mean, what are you going to do? And then they're like, well, I know what we could do to install the lights. We'll just put some lights in the bar here. And they had these round down lights and they're like, you know what? Take the round down lights in and put some security floodlights in.
And like, so and part of them, like they're using it to like highlight the menu because like on the left of the screen you can't really see it, but there's like the beer menu. And so they're using some of them to do that, but not all of them. It'd be different if they're using all of them, but they're not.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Well, they did replace a single pot light with a dual floodlight, so they got.
There's 3 floodlights on this thing, not dual.
Look, and I really wanted to go back the next day. We were leaving that night, but I really wanted to go back the next day and bring them like 3 PTZ light bulb cameras and put it in one of those and be like, "Look, I want you to use this for the next couple of weeks and let me know how it goes."
Oh, it would have been perfect.
But we left, so
that would have been perfect. Yeah, there's no other way in the world they could have highlighted that menu on the far wall there. Can't think of any other way they could have done that.
No, definitely not. I mean, to be honest, it would have been a lot more work. So I'm not hating on this completely. It was just surprising to see when I walked in there. So I feel like they could have just chosen nicer looking ones, but it's Tiffin, Ohio. There's not a lot of people there, so
it's functional, right?
That's right.
They can see the bar. You can see what you're drinking. You can see what you're ordering. They're in business. There you go. That's all you need.
It works.
How was the beer, though? Was the beer good?
It was not bad. We had some good appetizers, too. So
I had an Oktoberfest last night. I was at a beer place, and I was like, it's September. I haven't had any Oktoberfest beer. And I was like, give me the Oktoberfest. And they brought one out. I can't remember who it was from, but it was delicious, and I would get it again.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That is the best part for traveling around, is just trying the different regional breweries. So
yeah,
all kinds of different tastes out there.
This place is like a little, not a regional place. They do have regional beers. It's your regular like neighborhood bar, and all they serve is beer and stuff. So they have pizzas and all sorts of fun stuff to eat. Good wings. All right. Well, if you have any feedback, questions, ideas for the show, great or picks of the weeks, give us a shout. Email address is feedback@HomeTech.fm, or you can head on over to HomeTech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project updates. Gavin, you're up first with more water. What are you doing with your water heater? What?
Why am I up first?
Well, I mean, I can talk about what I did.
Nah, because we know there's no ending to it.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, you're right. Actually, I'm not done.
Spoiler alert.
I finished one. I finished one of like 5. So okay, fine.
Okay, I'll go first. All
right.
No, I have water heater in here because I've been getting. Since I talked about my water heater a while back and connecting it to the Wi-Fi and all that type of stuff, I actually got a number of people message me about the ESP home integration for water heaters, right? So it's like a telephone jack. What's that? RJ11, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. And they could plug it into their water heater, and then it gives it local control right into Home Assistant with a lot of options. And I love that, like how it is. The problem is my water heater doesn't have that jack. It has a different plug on it. And the project, I've been watching that project for a while, hoping they would decode it one day, but they haven't made much progress on it. So my water heater can't get integrated into ESP Home yet, but I'm keeping my eye on that project. I just want to thank everybody that sent me that project, because yes, it's a nice project. So if you have a water heater and it has like a telephone plug looking little port on it, you can get an ESP home device and connect it to Home Assistant with full local control, and it will be worth your time. So that's why I wanted to talk about the water heater again. I just want to thank Griff, because he messaged me this week with a bunch of details, and some of them actually were newer details. So I got to keep up to date even more with that project.
What is this thing called? What is it called? The project? Is it EcoNet?
Yes, it's the EcoNet ESP32.
ESP32. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll put a link to that in the show notes as well.
So just want to thank everyone for the feedback on that. And did you guys see in the hub this week, Alongo, one of our members, posted a picture of his Unifi chimes?
Yes.
Yeah, he got
so many chimes.
Yeah, I know. I felt like he's got a chime everywhere. And
I initially thought, I was like, this is for one room, right?
Yeah, because you're gonna need 10 chimes just to hear them. Yeah. Well, I did message him on the side, and I told him, the chimes are so quiet, but I sent him a WAV file of a ding dong that I modified a while back. Okay, that sounded worse than it really is. I sent him a doorbell.
There you go.
A doorbell sound.
Don't be joining our Slack channel expecting Gavin's ding dong.
Yeah, we're gonna get. You know what? If
you want Gavin's ding dong, then you reach out to him.
Well,
I guess so. Yeah.
I have to sacrifice for the show if we get some good Patreon donations.
Oh man.
Anyways, back family show.
Jeez.
Can't believe I said that. Is this still recording?
It's a show title. What are you talking about?
Okay. I sent him an audio file of a doorbell, and I bumped up the volume on it like multiple times. I really pushed the volume, and using that, you can upload it to your chime. It makes it a lot louder. So if you have one of these Unifi chimes, it's too quiet for you, just make your own sound and pump up the volume on it a lot. It was amazing because the chime actually doesn't, when you pump up the volume on something, it clips a lot and you'll hear it. No, the chime doesn't clip. It was actually still very clear. So they obviously don't have the volume on that chime up high.
They have a couple of WAV files on there. Some of them are a little bit stronger than the default one that comes with it, because it's kind of like a relaxing.
Yeah, but they're all quiet
doorbell
still.
chime thing. Yeah, it's all real quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
Each one of those doorbells, and like doorbells, in my experience, are like if they're not jolting, I'm not going to hear it.
Yeah, I know. Or just put the chime in your duck system. It'll echo through the house.
Yeah,
that's a Canadian thing.
I've only ever heard of that Canadian thing. It's so crazy. I installed a Unifi chime for a client this week, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't going to do it because it's so quiet." And I was like, "Well, actually, my friend Gavin sent me this amplified audio file.
There you go.
I'll upload that to you for a cool $500."
Wait a minute. Where's my cut? We got to talk royalties.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, what I do also to get around that is, and I saw the Reddit thread, I think you posted, TJ, this week, of somebody that did this. So my doorbell, when it gets pressed, I have it actually send a webhook to Home Assistant, and Home Assistant also plays the sound over my Sonos speakers, and it works really well.
Yeah.
So like even on my roam, it will play it on my roam. So even when we take it into the backyard and we're sitting there and someone rings the doorbell, we hear it in the backyard too. And you can control the volume and everything like that. So I have it, that's just utilizing my Sonos speakers instead of buying a whole bunch of chimes, so. Yeah,
you can do that too. I mean, like we've been doing that through Control 4 for a long time, but like I noticed sometimes, I don't know, I think I change out some stuff here and there, and that doesn't work anymore as much as it used to. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think that it probably stopped working when I got rid of the Unifi, the main controller with everything that's hooked into. So I probably need to just go through Protect to do that, right?
Well, yeah, in Protect you can do it's in the alert manager. You can send webhooks to wherever you want.
Webhook, yeah.
It's awesome.
So that would
awesome
that would do it. Yep. Yeah. The Ubiquity's really up their game, and like how what you can do with integrations in that platform. So, and it's not all reliant on like hacks anymore. Like they actually have a real API.
Yeah, the integration in the Home Assistant, I've always said, is really good. So it's worth like looking at that if you don't use it today.
Yep, cool. I'll check it out.
And one of the things we've been talking about, over the last few months is the SM Lite products.
Mm-hmm.
We've mentioned them a few times. I'm running one of them with Zigbee and Thread, and
that's the company with like a billion different products and all the same. Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
So I just want to mention they released an OS update this week, and the reason why I'm mentioning it to people is because they've been having a bit of stability problems with their products, and this OS update looks like they worked really hard on that stability stuff. And since updating, mine hasn't gone offline at all. So I'm really I just mentioned, if you have issues with yours dropping off, another symptom is Zigbee to MQTT crashes. Just look at updating. It's just the OS. It's not the Zigbee radio or anything. It's SM Lite OS you update, and hopefully that will solve your problem this time around. So I just wanted to mention that to anybody that has the SM Lite products.
Very cool. I will put a link to that in the show notes as well. And if you want them, that's where you can buy them too.
Yes.
Very cool.
And that wraps up my projects for this week. What do you got going on, TJ?
Aw.
Oh, I skipped right over Seth. Jeez. All right. Well, for this week, I have a couple different things going on. I've been doing some more rack cleanup. I've got a couple other things going on with the rack right now, but I can't talk about that. But I did. One of the reasons it kind of spurred this was I got into battery backup. And so I installed that. It's a 3,000 volt amp battery backup from CyberPower. It takes a 30 amp plug. It's ridiculous. I had the old one installed like a year ago, I think. I talked about it on the show here. But I found this one at a client job that I left it there a while ago. And so I took it with me and I installed it on the wall. I got about another 30 minutes of runtime in it compared to my old battery backup. So that's nice. I can do 2 hours and 15 minutes of battery backup for my entire network and Home Assistant, my security cameras, like everything. So it is actually nice because we have a lot of power outages in my area for some reason. I really don't understand why, but they've gotten a little better, I think. But this has been super helpful. But one of the things I actually wanted to point out was these Unifi brush panels. We'll link these in the notes if you haven't seen them yet. These are just standard brush panels. What I like about these, though, Seth, you know the traditional brush panels where it has like the little bristles going in from like the top of the brush panel, and then you push your cables through it and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like the little bristles go outside.
We call them mustache panels. They look like mustaches.
They're awful. Because like you poke your cables through it, and then like the little bristles come out, and then you gotta like push the bristles.
Tuck them back in.
Yeah, it's like obnoxious. This Unifi brush panel fixes that, so it's got bristles that come from the top and the bottom, and so it's basically like a split in the middle, and the split's just permanent. So no matter what, there's just a little split there. It's not bad. It's not very ugly or anything like that. But what that does is prevent those little bristles from coming out and being unsituated.
Yeah.
So this has solved my problem with brush panels because I that just annoys me. What I don't like about Ubiquiti brush panels, though, is that they kind of feel cheap in the fact that you have to put them together when you get them.
Oh, that's weird.
They have like the little side ears, like when you get like a Dream Machine or one of their PoE switches or whatever, you put the little ears on there for the rack.
It's not one piece.
You have to do that for the brush panel and the blank panel, and like it's just like that's weird. Like I don't know, this shipper doesn't want one piece. But I guess it makes it easier for them.
For $40, you get how many do you get for $40?
One.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No. Come on. I will live with out of place mustache bristles.
It's so nice though. But yeah, for $40, just make it one piece. I mean, come on. Like I don't want to mess. I don't want to put it together when I open the box. But the only reason I got it is because I'm always placing orders for Ubiquiti, and I'm always looking at the website. I'm like, what should I buy from Ubiquiti this time? And so this time I bought some rack stuff.
$50 1U rack shelves. Good Lord.
Yeah, and what I like about Ubiquiti is that the products are pretty nice. Their rack stuff is getting there. It's relatively new in the grand scheme of things, but they don't have a lot of different options. Like I want like a 2U shelf, or I want like a 3U shelf, and they don't have those options. So you have to like paint your own shelf.
And it's nice because when you have it all matching and stuff, the thing I don't like about it is everything else, non-Ubiquiti, is black.
Yeah, so I'm working on some spray paint so I can fix a couple other things, and then.
Well, you can take it apart. You know how to take it apart to paint it. So
yeah. But this is a good brush panel though. I like this brush panel. The other thing I've been doing is cleaning up Home Assistant. So I've got I've been traveling for like the past month. And there's just stuff that I have not been working on when it comes to like my Home Assistant or my technology in the house in general. And so this week I've been going around. I've just been getting some of my automations refined and cleaned up. I got a new phone this week, and I've kind of been playing phone roulette for the past like month. And so I'm going through my automations and just making sure all my notifications are set up for my phone and all that good stuff. So that's been fun. There's been a couple of things that I've removed, or I've just disabled completely because we're getting towards the end of the growing season, for example. So the garden doesn't need to be watered 3 times a day. So there's stuff like that I've been going through and getting rid of, which is nice.
I've been doing that too, but I really wish they had a feature where I can see, like, even in hacks, I can pick one of the ones I install and see if I'm using it anywhere before I uninstall it. Right now, I take a guess, I cross my fingers, I uninstall it and hope that nothing breaks.
What's that? The device or automation?
Automations, or even like devices, or even dashboards.
Oh, yeah.
Like I installed a lot of things over time, and a lot of them I don't use anymore. I want to uninstall them, but I'm just not sure if I use them anywhere. For dashboards, I usually open up the raw XML and just do a search to see if I used it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just time consuming.
Yeah. And then I wanted to give a shout out for some new software. I don't really work on computers anymore, and I don't really offer remote support for computers. But occasionally I need something like TeamViewer. You know, somebody needs a problem solved and they just want me to remote in their computer to fix it. That's probably the easiest way. TeamViewer has increasingly made this like impossible over the years. It is like, it's so annoying. Like, it used to be you just download it and like you might be able to use it for like 15 or 30 minutes and like that was it, which was fine. But now it's like they kick you off after like 5 minutes or something. And it's like, oh, you need a subscription. And it's like $1 billion for a TeamViewer subscription. It is so expensive. Like, I have no idea. Like, I looked into it because I'm like, I have a company. I could use TeamViewer a couple times a year. How much was it? And I think it was like thousands of dollars for like one person. And I'm just like, all right, well, that's ridiculous. So I found this new software and I actually needed it today and used it. It's called Rust Desk. Awful name. But it literally works just like TeamViewer, where it gives you an ID and password, you type it in, and bada bing, bada boom, you're connected to the other computer. They have some remote access options, which I don't necessarily need, but this seems pretty nice. You can also self-host it. All this fun stuff. This is the kind of nerdy stuff that Gavin likes. So, have you heard of this, Gavin?
Yes, I have, but I haven't used it. I don't need to use TeamViewer a lot. But I know what you're talking about, because back in the day, you didn't even have to install it. You could just download it and run it and then connect it.
Yes.
And it was so easy. And then it just got harder and harder to find the installer and how do I get that again? So I gave up. Luckily, I don't do it often.
Yeah, me either, which makes it annoying. Like, when I'm doing it with my computer, it's easy because I use Chrome, and so you use the Chrome remote desktop, and it works great. I have no problems with that. But it's like how do I do that with another client? I guess they have like a sharing option, but then they have to have Chrome. So
and Windows used to have it built in where you can like ask for help or something like that, and basically you can connect to somebody through that. I don't know if they removed that or they just made it hard to find now. I don't know. That was a while ago.
It's built into the Macs though. Like Mac has that still built in,
where you can allow somebody else to remote in.
Yeah,
yeah. They have their own version of like remote desktop.
Yeah, but it's only for your account, or is that for like other people?
No, I think it's any Mac on the network.
Well, see, I'm trying to access somebody from remotely.
Yeah, remotely. Yeah. I've been using what's it called, Jump Desktop for that too, and it allows you to put in like a persistent client or whatever. Just run a little software. So I have like some computers installed at clients' homes that I can still get into and go in and like make changes if I need to get on their network and do something. So I have a couple of those still out there. So I also picked up this little guy. It is a GL-iNet remote KVM. So if you want to try that out, I don't know. I haven't plugged it in once and I couldn't get it to work with an old, what's that called? The old trash can over there. So I'm going to try it on this M4 Mini, but I never plugged it in yet. So
it's basically just giving you remote access to a computer. Is that the whole purpose of it?
Yeah. Well, it's like physical, like it has a physical HDMI input, and then it's got like a keyboard, mouse, USB-C, power, and Ethernet. You plug it in, and then it's got like I think they use like a WireGuard to connect if you want to. It's got a few options built into it. I haven't really had time to play with it because I got it plugged in and it didn't work. And I'm like, what the heck? Oh, and it's like, I probably just need to read the instructions. And so I read the instructions and it said you can go to the local install of it rather than doing the cloud setup. So I went to the local setup and it's like, hey, you need to update the firmware. And then it worked perfectly. So there you go. They shipped it with their low firmware version number. And then as soon as I updated, it seemed to work fine. But I couldn't get the old USB to work with the USB-C port on here. And it wasn't what I wanted to do anyway. So I was just like, well, I'll wait till I plug it in over here. But I found out that I'm out of plugs. Dang it.
That always happens.
So instead of finding a plug to plug it into, I'll know. Is that all you got, TJ? Is that all you've been up to?
That's all I got.
Yeah, Jump Desktop works across Windows and Mac and maybe Linux. I don't know. They have a little remote installer you can use, and you can set up any kind of remote computer thing you want to. So if it has the native remote desktop or whatever, which you shouldn't use because it's probably insecure, you can use that. I think TeamViewer got hacked a while back too, so I don't know if I'm using them. Yeah. Anyway, so I have been doing stupid stuff with old video game consoles.
Like what?
Yeah. Well, we decided my daughter needed to learn how to play video games because it feels like that's a skill that kids should have these days.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, hey, do you want to play video games? And of course, she's all in. So we have a bunch of these old consoles that we used to play. Well, I don't play them, but my wife used to play, and she has. So we've got the Nintendos, we've got the Sega Dreamcast, right? And the GameCubes and all that good stuff. So as we started using them, I plugged them into the TV, and we have the old analog, yellow, red, and white cable going there. And if you had a 20-inch TV back in the day, it was perfect for that. But as soon as you get over, I don't know, 40, 50 inches for a TV, the analog audio looks really awful. And audio video, you don't want to use that anymore. So I was going around trying to see how you can modify these things to get HDMI. And the Dreamcast I got working first. So that one was actually no soldering needed. It's just a little, a dongle. Actually, here's the one for the Wii I'll probably end up using.
Oh.
So it's a little dongle you plug into the Wii. It gives you HDMI. So now I can go to an 8. Yeah, you're done. All finished. The other consoles that aren't of that generation, so the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, require some very, very detailed soldering. I don't know how I'm going to do yet. So I'm going to give it a swing. Let's see what happens. But one of the things I found that people are doing these days is you can basically take out the disk drive, because what goes bad on these things is the things that move, right? So the little disk drive goes bad, and little capacitors and stuff go bad on it, so it doesn't work quite as well as it used to. Well, that happened to our GameCube. I had to replace the capacitors on it, on the logic board of the stupid thing, and it kind of works a little bit better, but not that great. You have to leave it on. It has to charge after. I don't know. Something's wrong. Anyway, I found out that they have these little mod boards that they have made that geniuses have somehow figured out what pin goes where, and you can basically plug these things in, and it emulates the drive when the thing boots up, and you can just load an SD card full of all the ROMs on it, and you have basically every game playing on the actual hardware. It's the actual software playing on the hardware. So funny enough, we already had a bunch of those for the Sega Dreamcast and just loaded them up on this little card. Man, what a fun little thing. And coming out HDMI on the Dreamcast, it looks it's VGA output, right? But it looks great. Looks great. I have a 65-inch TV it's hooked up to, playing Crazy Taxi 2. Playing some Marvel versus Capcom. Come on. I'm not playing it. My daughter was screaming and yelling and jumping up and down, and she's like, I won. So she's having a blast.
This is what your childhood should be.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid homework. Don't do that. Let's play Marvel versus Capcom.
That's right. Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of these retro game console adapter things out. I had a client that wanted to use their retro consoles with a new TV, and we ended up going with a retro Tink is what it's called. They have 5 or 6 different models, but it's just a hardware box that you plug in your game console to, and then it upscales it to 4K and all that good stuff. They're pretty nice. But they're expensive, so
these are not as expensive as something like that. I've seen those.
Yeah,
but there's a couple of reasons I think you would want to get those, because it does upscale it, but also keeps some of the fancy stuff. You can turn off the aliasing or the lines on the TV screen, or a video loop or something.
Yeah,
you can turn that on and off if you want it. But what I haven't put it in because it turns out I'm blind and I can't see that small. Is these pieces that actually solder on. It's like a ribbon cable, and it solders onto the motherboard, onto the chips. They have figured out what pins on the chips come off this stuff,
crazy.
And it plugs into this little computer that they've divined and made up, and it's got an HDMI output on it. You just run an HDMI cable, and they of course they've 3D printed these little keystone jacks that fit exactly like you just like desolder the old AV output. You take that out, and they've got like perfectly fitting HDMI jacks that fit right in where that HDMI or the old AV thing was. So now you have like a Nintendo 64 with actual legit HDMI out straight off the chip. Like it's straight off the video production chip. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The ribbon cables that they have, I don't have it sitting here somewhere. I think I moved it. Not there. The ribbon cables they have actually like they show like they're like perfectly laid out, and they have like little pins, and then they have these little shoot offs. Like it's crazy. Whoever invented this or whoever like had time to sit there and go through all this stuff and like figure out what pin was what, man. Geniuses. There's geniuses out there. And it gets you on Wi-Fi. Like you can get on Wi-Fi on these things and update the firmware on them. It's crazy. For Nintendo 64. It's wild. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. It's been a lot of fun, and it's even more fun when the little kid gets to play an old video game like Tony Hawk's Skater, like Tony Hawk's Skater. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's got all the videos on it and everything, all the old soundtracks. It's like, you don't even know. This game was revolutionary. For sound design, that game was pretty cool. Play old video games. They're still out there. Well, that's it for projects. That's going to wrap up the show this week, too. But first, we do want to thank everyone who is listening to the show, but also want to send a very special thanks out to those who are able to support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know about the Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support and learn how you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Any pledge over $5 a month gets you a big shout out here on the show, and we've got one this week. I think, Gavin, you said his name earlier, Griff. Thanks so much, Griff. $5 a month patron there. Yeah, he is also in our Slack. I saw him get in there. He sent a message over Patreon, like, "Where's the link?" And then I don't know, he got in somehow. So I don't know if one of you guys sent him a link or something, but he's in. So welcome, Griff. And if you can't support financially, totally understand. We just appreciate a 5-star review or a positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap up another week here on Home Tech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.
Gavin, are we going to put like your ding dong as a patron goal or something? Like, are we going to make some money off this ding dong?
Hey, if it covers my flight, I'll work with that. I'll send you a ding dong.
You can have a couple different levels. You know, one's an e-copy, the other one's like a physical copy.
No, for $10 you just get the tip, all the way up to $100.
So all I'm going to do is whatever file you send me, I don't care. Like, well, I'm going to just take the audio of you saying ding dong, and that's what people are going to get.
My God. Yeah.
When you ring the doorbell, it's just going to be Gavin going ding dong.
Ding dong. That will be funny. My voice, ding dong. Ding dong.
Oh man, this is why we can't have nice things.
Oh man, it's too good. All right, well, let's stop recording now that I got all those ding dongs recorded.